Right, so in this video I'm going to talk you through how to replant a citrus plant. In this case, I'm going to replant this plant that's been in the greenhouse for a couple of years, and I'm just going to walk you through the steps. So I'm going to put it in this big bin. This is I think it's a 35 litre bin, so it's a fairly big space, and I want to put it outside here, just outside the greenhouse. The first step is to put pebbles in it, rocks, pebbles, stones. Put as many of them in, well, a couple of inches at least at the bottom. This is just to add for drainage. And then I put some larger chunks in there. I use flint because it's locally available, it's a natural resource. You do need perlite or some kind of grit because these plants need drainage. Make sure you use a good percentage of about 1 to 4 perlite to compost. Mix that in, give it a good stir. You want it to have a decent spread. Once you've got your perlite and your compost, any compost will do, because we're going to put feeder in it, so it doesn't matter. And slowly start to add that to the pot. What I like to do is I like to actually use the shape of the existing pot to kind of make the shape for what's going in the pot, and I'll show you what I mean. So in this case, I'm going to collect this plant, and I'm actually going to take it outside to the potting area and then take it out of its pot. So here it is, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a tug, put it on its side, and very slowly and gradually just pull it out of its pot. You can tap it at the bottom, you don't really need to, because the soil should always be loose if you do this right. It doesn't need hard soil whatsoever. So now it's out, you got the shape. It's fairly good actually. The roots haven't gone to the bottom, it's not been completely rooted out. It could have stayed in there for a bit longer, but I want to move it anyway. Because I do want it to kind of expand, and I just want to use fresh soil. Okay, so here I use the shape of the pot, and I put it straight into the bucket with a bit of soil and perlite at the bottom, and I use this to shape the mud that's going to go on. I've slow-moed this a little bit just so you can see how I do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting the actual soil and the compost and the perlite around the bucket, and this shape will sustain in the middle. That's the idea. There, so you got the shape of the actual bucket, which means that this will fit in perfectly, and you just drop it in. You don't need to pull out the roots at the bottom because there are not many roots there. And what I've done is I've just padded it down around the edges and given it a bit of a watering. I also put some mulch on here. I like to use mulch to keep the moisture in, and this is the mulch I use. It's just nice. It goes around the edges, it keeps the moisture in, and keeps the weeds out as well. And that's the finished piece. But before I finish with it, I'm going to use a feed. The feed I use is this. It's Baby Bio. You can use different types of feed, different brands. This one works for me. It's a good one. It's heavily concentrated, so you read the back instructions of how to do it. It's got lots of different types of nitric acid in it, and just give it a good water. Plants always need watering when they're being moved, and once it's watered, it should be good to just leave there in a nice sunny spot. And you can take it in at night times if you want, but you don't really need to. And that's it. That's how you repot a citric fruit tree.